The Savage Tide Adventure Path, or just Savage Tide, is an adventure path written for Dungeons & Dragons, which will take characters from level 1 all the way up to 20th, and you need to check it out. There will be no spoilers in this video, so players, feel free to watch. Plus, there's actually a free, high-quality PDF player's guide for Savage Tide that you can download. It's actually right here on Paizo's website, paizo.com. Just Google the Savage Tide player's guide. You'll be able to read through that. And then you can decide maybe you want to take this to your narrator or share it with your gaming group. There's also a link in the description down below. Now, Savage Tide was originally published over 12 installments from October 2006 through September 2007 in Dungeon magazines, which started with issue number 139. It was created for D&D 3.5, and unfortunately there is not a 5th edition conversion available yet. But who knows? Honestly, with some interest, perhaps a certain somebody could create that conversion for you. Now, even though they might not be in the most recent version of the game, first, it's not that hard to convert from 3.5 to D&D 5th edition. If you're playing Pathfinder, Pathfinder 1st edition is even easier. But either way, these modules are absolutely epic, and just reading them is going to be great for any narrator. The adventures start off in the city of Sasserine, which is just north of the city of Cauldron. Yes, that is the same Cauldron, which serves as the setting for the Shackled City adventure path. And like Shackled City, Savage Tide was also published by Paizo, the creators of the Pathfinder RPG. Also, just like Shackled City, these are all available for free. In PDFs on archive.org. And I'm currently transcribing all of them onto my website, which is d20.pub. Even if you don't run these adventures, reading them is going to give you tons of ideas. There's great NPCs, great plot ideas, some awesome maps, some awesome locations. Again, check them out. Now, if you're watching because you're running a Ptolus campaign, then rest assured the first 3 adventures of Savage Tide will work perfectly with the City by the Spire campaign. As long as you're okay with just a little bit of seafaring and sailing adventure, which, let's face it, who's not, right? The rest of the modules do a lot more sailing, and they probably won't work for keeping characters actually like in the city of Ptolus. Now, in the 9th adventure, which is actually called Into the Maw, created for characters from 17th to 18th level, you actually sail into the Abyss, which could be an epic adventure for parties who potentially fixed the prison world Ptolus is inside. I made a whole video about Ptolus being in the prison plane of Praemal, but only narrators should watch it. Players, no, bad, don't watch. Narrators, there is a link down below to that video if you want to watch it. For our Ugly Inc. campaign, or Ugly Incorporated, which is set in Ptolus, I'm weaving together parts from the Shackled City and the Savage Tide adventure paths. As I said, the first 3 modules of Savage Tide, which are called There Is No Honor, the Bullywug Gambit, and the Sea Wyvern's Wake, are all great for a Ptolus campaign. The Ugly Inc. characters have a home base that they set up in the docks. They actually took the Ptolus location, which is called the Shrine of Dreams. They bought it, and then they renamed it the Captain's Den, and they're using this as like their business and headquarters. This gave me a great method to connect them with the sea and ship aspects of Savage Tide. Got to be careful to make sure you enunciate there. Ptolus narrators, or honestly any DM, GM trying to run an urban city campaign, should absolutely read the Bullywug Gambit. It has this really cool run through the city type adventure piece, which has encounters interspersed throughout their travel from one part of the city to another. I'm super excited about this because traveling through the city can get kind of boring, and making simple travel into a nail-biting and harrowing adventure is just fantastic role-playing. So even if you're not running Ptolus, read this and think about using it the next time your characters are in a city, because it's a great deviation from just wilderness or dungeons adventures. It feels very open, very free form, but it gives you as the narrator a structure to stick all of these little encounters in as they're traveling from one place to the other. I honestly bet very few people have played through a scenario like the Bullywug Gambit creates, so check that out. Subscribe to my channel to get updates about the transcription process for the Shackled City, the Savage Tide, and more adventures, which I am constantly trying to make available to you for free. This old content from Dungeon Magazines is absolutely fantastic, and I honestly cannot believe that we get it for free. The problem is, on archive.org, there are low quality PDFs. They're hard to read, they're hard on the eyes, and so that's why I'm making them into mobile friendly content and putting them for free on my website, d20.pub. If you're like me, I mostly read everything on my phone or a tablet, so hopefully this is going to help you just as much as it's going to help me. If you're interested in keeping track of the Ugly Incorporated campaign, which is a Ptolus campaign, or my other Ptolus campaign, which is called The Calling, make sure to hit the notification bell so you get pinged whenever I release a new video. Check out the Ptolus specific website, which is ptol.us. That's where I publish the play-by-post chapters of those games as often as possible. It is all a play-by-post campaign. Both campaigns are play-by-post. How many times can I say play-by-post? And so you are actually able to read line by line every single thing that we've published in those games. I'm also working on doing Tales Under the Spire, which is me reading those posts. So if you would rather listen in more of like a podcast style, then make sure you check those out. I've published several of those so far, and I'm constantly trying to release new ones. Ptolus narrators, you absolutely should be on our Ptolus Focus Discord. There's a link down below. There's just awesome narrators over there. We are constantly sharing ideas, homebrew content, and just constantly useful resources for Ptolus people. If you're an amazing person, you could support me through Patreon so I can keep transcribing adventure modules for you, making videos about Ptolus, D&D, Pathfinder, and other RPG stuff. No pressure whatsoever, though. But until next time, stay out of the shadow of the Spire.